I'm going to summarize what we talked about. Then I want to get your final thoughts on the topic. So I'm talking to my friend. Oh, well, I didn't say it yet. Also, my third cousin.
That's right.
We found
Long
that on
lost.
Ancestry.
Yes, we
so,
did.
so talking to my friend and cousin, and we're talking about Beyond the Rate: Why Accuracy, Transparency, and Context Matter with Dawn Favier. And um, Dawn, one of the early people at Greenscreens, the CEO of Greenscreens, and Greenscreens was such a wild success. It feels like a meteor, just kind of flew by. I know it was 5 years that you guys had the company, but it grew so fast, and now you're part of the juggernaut that is Triumph, and you guys are now not Greenscreens, you're Triumph Intelligence. Um, but this is a tool that the reason you guys grew so fast is because it was a tool that everybody needed. And I think I talked to you uh, even before you guys really started taking off. I was talking to you. It made so much sense because we had always depended on tribal knowledge. We got a guy down the hall who really understands that rate. I got a buddy who owns a trucking company. He always has his finger on the pulse of it. That that's fine. Don't give that up. You can still use it, but now you can get Greenscreen's perspective. And if you think, oh, that's $1,800 and Greenscreen says it's 1,900, all right, maybe I'll make an extra phone call. You don't have to trust all this data, but I know what happens over time because I've talked to people. Over time, they start saying, I don't have to make all those phone calls. I don't have to ask the guy down the hall. Greenscreens is close enough on the rates, what you have to pay. And now you guys are also helping on what I should price it for, what the market will tolerate, what your margin expectation is. And this is so important because brokers are being squeezed over the last 3.5 years, almost 4 years. You said 4 years. I'll trust you. It's been a very difficult market. And if you're going to be successful, you're going to have to invest in the technology that the big boys already are using. So we talked about accuracy, which leads to better margins, higher win rates, and stronger relationships. We also talked about transparency. Accuracy means little without visibility. I'm reading right from some notes here. Brokers should use this is data based on real market averages. You're not guessing anymore. And then the market context we just talked about. The big difference, I think if there's one thing you want to take away, using Greenscreens, you get 14.3% margin. Not using it, you get 12. 2% of gross margin is the difference between failure and success for so many companies right now. Enough of my blather. Dawn, put a big old bow on this one. Final thoughts on the topic.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show, Joe. It's always a pleasure to be here with you, even before we were cousins or discovered that we were distant, long lost third cousins. But yeah, I mean, look, we are thrilled to now be part of Triumph as Triumph Intelligence and really hardening our position as a market leader for, I'd say, really three things, right? Transactional execution from a pricing perspective, margin optimization, and market intelligence for brokers, shippers, carriers. Um, we have just begun, our mantra at Triumph is, helping the industry to transact confidently. And this is just one of many ways that we do so today and will continue to do so in the future. So
I love it.
would love to hear from anybody. You can always reach me at Dawn Favier, or sorry, D Favier at tfin.com. You can check out our website or LinkedIn, and we'll be at some of the conferences out there, F3, Technovations, Broker Carrier Summit. So look for our folks out and about.
Yes, but you can't go to conferences. Well, I should say, when you were Greenscreens, you could not go to a conference without seeing it. But you also would see Triumph at all the same conferences. So you still expect to see you guys. And what I'll do, Dawn, is I'll make sure I put a link to your LinkedIn profile, link to your website, any other links you and your go-to-market team give me. I'll also put a link to my recent conversation with Ben Gordon because he talked a little bit about this transaction. And I love what you guys are doing. One more time, what problem do you solve for your customers, and who are your customers?
Awesome. Yes. So we sell pricing intelligence to freight brokers today. And really, again, where our goal is to help freight brokers transact confidently. We are predicting both market rates as well as the contextualized individual rate of what an individual freight broker is going to pay, and also providing some sell side guidance to help the customer optimize win rate and margin associated with that.